Alright, so I'm out here this morning and planning to do some work. Before I get started though, the first thing I did, because ticks are really bad out here, I loaded myself up with this, and I also used some of this deep woods off just because mosquitoes out here are just crazy. Like, I can't imagine once you get inside the woods how bad it's going to be. So I sprayed myself up pretty well. And the other thing here, this is going to be kind of a before shot. This driveway here is just covered in grass and weeds. I just got done spraying it with like a weed killer, a Roundup. So we'll see if it does anything. Towards the end of the video here, I'll have an update. It's supposed to work within like 15 minutes. You're supposed to see results, but I don't know. We'll see. Alright, so we're going to start it up here and get going and put this thing to work today. Alright, so I'm going to get the bucket on, and then we're going to go back and pull I think there's an oak back there we need to pull up. Okay, so this was that oak that was down a while. I got it chained up right there. Woo! It is buggy in here. My plan is to probably cut it down. I probably should. It's going to be a bear otherwise pulling this thing out. It's just a little long. Thinking maybe probably where it branches off there, I'll just hit it there and then leave the rest of this. Pull it out. That should work. Should work just well. Alright, so that's how I got it. How I got it hooked up there. Around, so I'm pulling it out. I'm going to pull this to the front then. Alright, so that's how I got it. How I got it hooked up there. Come around, so I'm pulling it out. I'm going to pull this to the front then. So I'll try to take some video of me pulling it, but it's really hard to do because I kind of have to watch forward and backwards. So this one on the screen here that's hanging, I know it's cut off at the bottom, but you can see there it's like hung up. I just want to get it down on the ground so I can cut it up in smaller pieces. I obviously don't want to get too close because the tree it's hung up in, it's got a pretty good lean to it there too, so I don't know if I can set the camera up anywhere. I'll see what I can do. Alright, so I don't know what you're going to be able to see, but I'm going to try pulling it down. Alright, so I don't know if you saw any of that, but it was hung up in this tree here that's still swinging pretty good yet. And I tried getting it out just in two-wheel drive because I was trying to compare to like when I had the 8N out here, and it did start to spin. Granted, you know, you got two different type of tires on it, but boy, you lock it in four-wheel drive, that thing pulls like a beast. Man, it's no joke. So yeah, that's a pretty decent size thing, and if you didn't, you can probably, maybe you can see where it was rubbing up in there. There's some rub marks there. That's where it was pulling. I was actually pulling this other tree over too, so lots of pulling power there, which is awesome. So now I can cut this up, pull this up to the front. It's a decent size oak log. Looks like it's had seen better days though. It's pretty rotten already. Okay, so there is number 2 here. There you go. I'm going to pull that one out next now and get it to the front. Alright, so next plan here. If you look further back, there's that one that's hanging up in there. It's hard to get to because there's a lot of stuff in the way. There's like a big stump pile right up in there, and then looking right at this one right in front here, that thing's dead and it looks like it's pretty dry already, and there's all sorts of like sawdust, so there's something gnawing away at that, either ants or termites or something. So I don't know, I don't want to get too crazy pulling on that and end up dropping this one on myself. And then I thought maybe I could get an approach from over here with the tractor and chain to pull that one back. But I got one straight ahead here that's broke off and there's nothing there, and that also looks like it's not so good. Holy cow, this one right here too is dead. This one right in front of us here, if we go straight up, there's no leaves on it at all. Boy, that's a beast of a tree there to drop. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do is try dropping this smaller one right up in here. So again, it's going to be hard to see, but I'm going to try dropping that one now. Hopefully you got the saw. Hopefully you got to see some of that. It's pretty good. So for those of you that did watch the videos with the 8N, I know you'll realize that like this isn't as big. Like the 8N pulled out some really big stuff, but that's all I've gotten to so far, stuff this size. I'm going to measure it once I get back to the front, just to see what the length on this is, and then what how big around this is. I don't know. But I mean, it pulls it just fine. It's all two-wheel drive. Alright, so I forgot my log jack, so I'm just using the tractor here to move the logs. That loader is a nice feature, I'll tell you that. Alright, so here's where the path is at. And here, as you can tell, this is what I've done here. Actually pushed a bunch of stuff around. I basically just mowed all this stuff down with the bucket, pushed it off to the side so I can get to this big one right here. Alright, so I'm running out of time on this this card on the camera here. I gotta go through and get a different card. But anyway, what I did with this one here, I sawed it almost all the way through, and then I just pulled on a little bit and then it just dropped. So that was nice, worked like it should. And then like I was saying before, like some of these bigger pieces that are rotten here that were kind of in a way, I just used the loader and made a path here to get in here. That makes a huge difference, being able to get in there instead of walking through all the weeds and stuff. I mean, you can see this one straight in front of us here. That one definitely is not going to make it. Definitely dead. So I don't know if I'm going to drop that or not. I'd rather not drop anything if I don't have to. Leave it stand. There's enough other stuff that's down. So once I get to the front too, there's some other stuff I want to show you as well. So let me get this one hooked up here to pull out, and then we'll go from there. Alright, so this one here is about 15 feet long, probably a little over 15, and I measured it. It's about 16 inches wide or round or across, however you want to say it. So I'm going to pull this one out, and then I'll probably pull that out. And I just kind of picked the spot where it was off the ground. That's why I cut it there. There wasn't any rhyme or reason to it. But upon further inspection, so this one right in front here is dead. But then if we look straight ahead, that big one there, that's also dead, and those are both oak. So I don't know. I'm gonna pull this out though, get us back to the front there, and we'll do some talking in front. So this is definitely closer to the size I pull with the 8N. Definitely tell the hydro is definitely working harder on this one. Alright, so up on top here in the front, I talked about putting up a garage here a couple videos ago. I think the plan is I'm actually going to get a shipping container, and that way I can actually put the tractor right in that shipping container. So I'm looking at a 20 foot, and it's I think what they call a high cube. So it's like, I want to say 9'6" on the outside. I don't know, I took some measurements and it's more than 8 feet on the inside door. So with the rollover bar up, I could get the tractor in there because I can get it in a 8-foot door at home with it up. So I'm thinking that's gonna be my best bet. And then in the way of cost, I think those were, I think he said 3,100 or so, right around 3 for the shipping container. And those were what they called a one ship or whatever, so they were like new. There was no scratches, no rust, no paint missing or anything. It looked like a brand new box. And I'm thinking in this area here, I'll move the picnic table out, clean up all these weeds, and then I'm gonna see if my cousin can haul it out here. He's got a bigger truck, and he said he's got access to a beaver tail trailer that we can load it on and then haul it back, so that would be good. So yeah, I think that'll be it. And then it'll actually, I could put more stuff in it besides just the tractor as well, but I just feel better if I could leave that thing out here and then be able to not worry about it. I could lock it up or whatever, and supposedly they're watertight and everything. I don't know if that's true or not, but for the money, that's not bad at all, because that's about 1/3 of the cost of what a garage would cost me to put up out here. And then I don't even know if this is where I'd want a garage right up in front. So yeah, so I'm gonna get back to it and pull some more stuff up. Alright, so I decided I'm gonna cut this stuff up because I like keeping this area clear. There's definitely more stuff I could pull out, but I don't want to get too much stuff out here. I want to get this cut up first. Look at my saw's gonna die here. Alright, so let me get set up here. Alright, so like I said, I like using this saw better for cutting up the stuff that's got dirt on it, because that 3/8 pitch chain seems to do better. I don't know why, but it does. I'm sure there's a reason behind it. That saw is really heavy and noisy, but it works, so that's what I use. You can tell too by like the sawdust, like there's some really big chunks that come off. It's not powder, so it does a nice job. So here's what I got. This stuff is definitely wet. I don't know, hopefully it's not all lost cause. I don't know, I'm gonna get it set up somewhere, stack it, get it off the ground, see if it'll dry. Should be plenty good for campfire wood, I would assume. So, and then cut up the rest of this stuff as well that I got here. So there's quite a bit on this loader right now. It's pretty heavy. Alright, so I bought some cheap posts that I used for a different project, and I was going to use them out here. And my post hole pounder won't fit over the actual post. It's too wide. So what I'm doing here, I'm just using the bucket. I get it over top and then I just push it in. Ooh, that one hit something hard. Yeah, that's not going any further, but you can see that's an easy way to put it in post. Alright, so here's the after. I'm just packed up here ready to leave. I hit it again. I thought I'd see more stuff curled, but the grass and weeds are definitely taking over the gravel here, so I got to do something with that. Other than that, really, besides the couple pieces here I left, I don't know, those are pretty wet. I don't know if they're worth anything. Cut up those pieces there and just kind of put them wherever, trying to keep this area here open. So if I do get a shipping container, you can just hopefully back that trailer right in here. I would think we'd have enough room that he could swing it in there and then back it right up in here. I mean, he was worried about getting it off, thought that we might have to chain it to a tree and pull it off, but if I got the tractor up here, I think that tractor should be able to at least act as an anchor so you can slide it off, because he said the trailer's got a beaver tail, so the thing should sit right down. And I think they weigh like, I think it's close to 5,000 pounds or something like that. So yeah, pretty quiet day out here. Otherwise got a lot done, but whew, it's really hot to work out here like that. So alright, well that's going to be it for now.